know my name. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of slime. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of prime. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
What up, Eagle Nation, and welcome to episode 8 of Rolling with Prime. My guest today is, she's a handful when it comes to being one of the craziest and well-known fan of the 4th of July and the Philadelphia Eagles, Miss Chante Douglas. Ms. Chante Douglas. I gotta make sure I get that correct, as much as she corrected me this week. But I thank you for being part of the show today. Thank you for accepting the invite. Glad to have you on. Was definitely looking forward to this, especially since you gave me the okay. Yeah, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Today's going to be a great show. Touch on a couple things. Going to give it's all about getting to know Ms. Chante Douglas. Miss Tay is what we call her. All right. Yes. Her history with the Philadelphia Eagles, the impact that the Philadelphia Eagles has on both her and her son Levi. What you're looking forward to this upcoming season. The story behind, if you guys don't know, she's written the book Echo Boy and ABC Girl. I'm sorry. She put some, hard work behind this book. If you guys don't know, it touches upon the autistic life, the bullying, and it really hits home. When it comes to reading this book. I got a copy of it myself. I definitely encourage you guys to go out there and get one. So we'll touch a little bit on that. Of course, you got anything for me later on in the show, you can ask me some questions. The fans that are tuning in, if you guys have anything, you guys could definitely go ahead and ask Ms. Douglas what you guys want to know about her. And then, we definitely want to go ahead and end the show with a nice giveaway. So I got a little surprise for you guys. So how you doing, sis?
I'm good. How you been? How's the family?
Everybody's great. I'm blessed. Little man has me on my feet.
Yes,
chasing him around. Good. Yeah. And then my daughter, she's a handful, but I love it. I love my kids to death. I look forward to seeing them every day and being with them, and they keep me entertained. And then just blessed to be here, have another show, got another thing going on here. So I mean, I can't complain. I can't complain at all.
I'm so proud of you. Like when I see post about your show, and it was debuting soon, I'm like, yes, Prime, like okay, because I know like you're one of like the top 5 like super dedicated fans, so it's only right that you have a show. So thank you so much for having me. Like
no problem. Thank you. I mean, I love hearing that. I love hearing knowing that I'm ranked up there. That means a lot to me. So my dedication when it comes to the Eagles, and if I haven't shown that enough, get ready for this season because it's definitely gonna come out a whole lot more.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. But let's get started. Like, how have you been this off season? The pandemic is over. We're starting to get back to the normal life. This is a question that I pretty much like to start off with because everybody's different. Everybody handled the situation differently.
Right.
And I know you and Levi, you guys have a great connection. You guys, your inspiration on how you are with your son. I've seen you at the tailgate. I've seen how you handle things. I don't want to steal the spotlight. Give us a little bit of feedback. For those that don't know, the relationship you and Levi have, the whole situation. Go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah. So if any of you don't know me, I'm Chante. I'm a single mom of an amazing 8-year-old who has autism. He's the love of my life. Like the reason I am who I am today is because of my son. Yeah, but to answer your question about how I am post the pandemic, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of parents watching, virtual school, and the thing with us though is that kids with autism, they depend on a schedule, and they depend on things staying the same every single day. So you can only imagine when school shut down March of last year, and trying to figure out what's going to happen, because around the time that he went virtual, I got laid off from my job, so having to deal with that, trying to guide this kid through the pandemic, and it kind of just flipped everything as far as like us going out, and us just doing things that we normally do on the weekends. We couldn't, because everything was shut down or things were limited due to the pandemic. But when I tell you, like, this kid Prime, like, seriously, like, I think I worry more than Levi does, and he teaches me to be like, Mom, just chill out, I got this. Like, even though I got to do it my own way, I got this. Like, and when I tell you, like, I mean, of course it was a little bit of like me pushing with the school district, because you follow me long enough, and we've talked at tailgates and offline, like, I don't play when it comes to my son. So it's like, when you see his name, you know who his mom is, and you know that his mom don't play when it comes to making sure he's accommodated in what he needs. So he had all the support going through virtual school, and then when he finally went back to school in March of this year, I mean, this kid took off like a rock star. I mean, a leadership award, honor roll. He crushed all his IEP goals. So now, like, everything on his IEP now, and if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's an individualized education plan, and that's specifically for kids with special disabilities, because they need to learn in a different way than neurotypical kids. So that's really just a legal document that follows the kid to make sure that everything that's on that document they have to stick to accommodate him. So there's always goals in different areas like communication, behavior, just different. It's so many different categories that they break it down, but he crushed all those goals. So like, this was probably the most easiest IEP meeting I had this year, because it was like, oh, he mastered that, he mastered that, he mastered that. Everything we're just going to do now going forward is academic. And I told them, I said, once this kid masters the behavior goals academically, he's going to shoot past a lot of these kids, because kids his age, they don't care about math problems and reading. I mean, outside of school, that's all he wants to do math problems and read. And then he'll look up YouTube videos on how to phonetically sound out words to help. Like, he does that on his own independently. He wants to learn how to pronounce things in his own way. And I mean, that's why I constantly, and I am not going to cry during this thing, because the last interview I did, I bust out crying. I was so pissed that I did that. So I'm not doing that. You don't know I'm a G. I'm not doing it.
Don't even worry about it. Ain't no shame to the game. You know what I mean? Like, it's a touching story, just in general. And you're right. We're at the tailgates. We communicate. We talk it out. I ask you questions, because I mean, like, it's something that you got to take seriously as a parent that's dealing with an autistic child. So when I tell you that I admire the way you are with him, the way I've seen you be with him, even like Matrix, our boy Matrix, when he's at the tailgate, his son also has autism. Right, my boy Crocs, one of his boys, suffers with a little bit of autism. It's like that. Oh, it's just, yeah. And that's just the thing. Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, I just, man, I give you guys all the props in the world, because it's not an easy job, but the strength that you guys have to go ahead and make this thing happen. And then look at the outcome. Look at your son. Look how he came out and he blew all those scores out of the sky. Like, I mean, that's great, man. I'm not just proud of him. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? Like, you did your thing, Chante. Like, and you always have our support. You know that. We're always here for you, whatever way we could go ahead and help out. With that being said, not just us, not just the 4th and John. I know the Philadelphia Eagles have played a big impact in your life. We got to see that a whole lot. For those that don't know, you guys, they have the quiet room now. that got placed into the Lincoln Financial Field Stadium.
Right.
I feel like, you know, Levi was definitely one of those that impacted that. You know, I mean, he was like one of the pioneers to make that happen. The Eagles Autism Challenge. I see him in the cut on, like, you know, little clips in that room with Swoop and everything. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's great. So, you know, I mean, touch upon that. Like, talk about that a little bit. I mean, because I know you've had a great year with them, you know, these past couple of years at the tailgates and stuff.
Well, first, none of that would be possible. I don't think the Eagles would even know me and Levi existed if it wasn't for Prime, Gail, and Eric, aka E-Rock, because you three really, just not even knowing me and my son, you know, the fact that y'all surprised us. I'm not getting emotional. I'm not going to do that. But
all right.
The fact that y'all thought, like, to this day, that's in my top 5 most heartwarming moments. That I literally, like, after y'all left, like, I went in the house and I cried. Like, I literally did, like, that ugly hiccuping, snot coming out the nose type of crying, because I have people who've known me my whole life that wouldn't even think to do what y'all did for, you know, me and Levi. And y'all really played an impact on him being an Eagles fan. I mean, of course, Mom is a ride or die Eagles fan, but the fact that I could share a moment of having our very first game together, and I had to hear "Fly Eagles Fly," the song for a good straight week after that game, because
that's great.
You know, things that stuck out in his mind, like, you know, seeing the crowd. Love y'all for that forever. Like, y'all are binded to me for life. Like, y'all are my family. And you see him in the background. You say hi. So it's you know, I just want to make sure y'all get y'all flowers, because, you know, people talk a lot online and do stuff for clout and do stuff for retweets and do stuff for whatever, but that video really was what. Matter of fact, not too long after, I believe E-Rock posted the video of you guys coming to the surprises with the tickets. Then I got an email from the Eagles Autism Foundation, Ryan, who is the executive director of the foundation. She was like, "Yeah, we're doing a social, a media day for the sensory room." And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not going to turn that down. Like, of course, like, for us to, you know, get some exposure and talk about something that, you know, I'm, you know, passionate about, and to show the world that I'm not ashamed of my child. Like, I celebrate him every day. So, and to have my favorite team that I've loved since his age to really support something that hits home to me. What? That's a win-win situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, to give history of me as a fan, I'm really going to show my age. But when y'all be talking about the throwback jerseys, I was in that era. So that was the uniforms I was seeing on TV. I mean, I was seeing Randall Cunningham throw those cannons, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the windbreaker jackets. Like, I remember all that. I remember being his age on the bus, trash talking Cowboys fans, because, you know, that was the era of when they were a dynasty. So that was really hard to really, like, you know, be like, man, your team ain't doing nothing. You're not even loyal. Like, you know, be an 8-year-old version of me trying to be like, but why don't you support your home team? Like, I don't understand that. Like, like, this is my thinking. Like, right. But y'all don't live in Dallas, so why are y'all supporting a team in Texas? Like, we live in Philly. Like, why aren't you? That's the way I kept saying it. And they'd be like, no, because they won all these Super Bowls. Okay, don't worry about that. Like,
right. Yeah.
Don't care. Still don't care.
The whole thing with the throwback Eagles is like, today's generation doesn't even realize, like, back in the day, before Nike, before Reebok, all that got put on the jerseys. I mean, we were rocking starters, we were rocking Riddell. Yes. I mean, that's what our jerseys were based off back in the day. So, you know what I mean? Right. When you had one of those, that's a true fan right there. Right. And if you still got one of those today, that's a true fan right there. So, you know, Gail's in the background. He knows what it's about. I still got my starters. He still got starters. So don't play the funk, man. Don't play the funk. But that's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about.
Right.
But yeah, I know that the Eagles have been tremendous with you. We had the VP at our tailgate, showing you love, showing Levi love. That was a great moment, not just for you, it was a great moment for us because we looked at each other like that was an accomplishment. We were able to go ahead and set that goal, not just for ourselves, but for you and Levi, and it felt great. I think at the end of the night.
He is too cool. I can't with Levi. He's like, yeah, all right.
That was and the whole time you over there, I'm not gonna cry. But the minute that man handed you that envelope, you were like, like
I really was. I'm like, oh
he broke you. I got it on camera. I was like, oh.
Oh my god!
But it was a great moment. Definitely enjoyed that day, and like I was saying, we ended up getting together, and we all looked at each other, and we were just like, "Yo, good job, fellas!" I mean, like we nailed that one. We came together and we made something special happen for a special family, and it was a great accomplishment, and it's something that I still talk about to this day. Who knows what the Eagles have in mind for, for the future with everything that's going on. I mean, we know the room is popping. I don't think they pulled it. I'm not sure. I mean, you let me know. Did they even put that into a full effect yet, or because of the pandemic, was it like even put into play, or is it like going to be actually opening up this upcoming season?
For you said the sensory room?
Yeah, the sensory room. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will be. I guess like they keep saying, they're just going to follow what the city guidelines are. If anything should change, they'll update everybody. But they're actually, believe it or not, you think about how many teams is in the NFL. I think they're still the only team in the league right now that has a sensory room. So that just shows you, how dedicated this organization is. I mean, we can talk about other stuff that, gets us all riled up about the team, but as an organization, and why I'm so passionate about the Eagles Autism Challenge, a lot of the funds go to a lot of organizations that I've used with Levi to help him get an educational diagnosis, or they've just provided services for us sometime over the years. So it really just warms my heart that, this team that I've been riding with since 1990, they're so passionate about something that I care about that affects me and my son, on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely got best of both worlds going there, so it is definitely great. It's definitely a great accomplishment. With that being said, how do you feel about upcoming season? I mean, are you excited? We're 2 weeks away from actually getting football going again. This time last year, there was nothing. We were struggling. We were all struggling in different ways on how to, stay busy, how to stay entertained. And I'd be one to tell you that it was a heartbreaking being stuck in the house. It's like you were getting on each other's nerves in this household. It was like, I need to get out. I need to do something. But thankfully, we're getting our way back to being at 100%. And right now, starting it off with knowing that we're going to go into the season with fans. We're having training camp coming up. We're having an open practice. Are you going to be at the first open practice?
Actually, me and him are going to be at the August 22nd because since we're a part of the Eagles Autism Challenge, they're giving us free tickets for the open practice. So that is going to be a whole Eagles thing that weekend for me and him. So I can't wait for that.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad, I'm glad that's going to be happening for you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's the excitement is just really, really building up. We're getting real close. Looking forward to seeing what these guys are going to go ahead and put together. New coaching staff, new players. We got Jalen Hurts. We got Devontae Smith. We got some additions to the defense. We got linebacker Eric Wilson. We got Anthony Harris. He's going to be big. And then we got Kerrigan, one of the biggest threats that used to be against.
Like, wait, what? Am I?
Yeah, like. I mean, that guy was just like a monster when he came to play against us, and it was knowing that he's going to be putting on a green jersey. It's like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see this dude go to work, man. I'm amped. I'm amped. But how you feeling?
Yes. You know what? I'm always excited for the upcoming season. I mean, I think the team is going to make a run for it. It's very unpredictable because I didn't have any expectations for the Super Bowl run. Like I had no expectations going into that year, and then we see what happened that year. So, and then aren't they adding an extra week now for this season? Yeah, yes, so it's going to be a little bit longer, right? So, I mean, I do like from watching the videos with what they're doing with the coaching staff. Like I didn't see that with with Doug's coaching staff post the Super Bowl. But I'm excited. It's sometimes you just need fresh blood in there and a new set of eyes to kind of figure out what's not been working for the last, couple years since the Super Bowl. And I did see the new coach at the draft party. And I liked his energy. Like he was talking to, everybody that was in the stands or whatever. And I'm like, I like his energy. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. But, regardless, I just want us to be everything.
I don't like banana routes, right? I don't like we're going to roll into it. It's stick your foot in the ground and rip it.
But I always say this before the season starts. We just need to beat Dallas. Both games. That's it. I don't care if we don't do anything else. Just beat them the two games. I don't. The only thing is we just got to have a better record than last year.
Look, I'm definitely with you. We definitely have to have a better outcome than what we did last year. Last year was miserable. It was the pandemic. Okay, but no excuse. No excuses this year. I mean, I really hope these guys go in there and give more effort than what they did last year. The record-wise, hey, I'm with you. I don't know what to expect. My expectations going into this season is just at a normal level. I'm not up there yet. I got to get influenced, and as the season goes on, maybe it'll go up more and more and more, or it'll go down. So that's why I'm right there in the middle. I'm preparing myself to go either direction. Just we'll see. We definitely will see. So let's talk about your book. Echo Boy and ABC Girl.
Oh man,
you put a lot of work into that. You wrote the book. Levi especially was definitely your inspiration for the book.
He definitely was.
Yeah. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
And every time I start talking about the book, I start smiling because that's like my second child. I was influenced by two big movies that came out around that time that I started writing the book, and that was Enter the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales and Black Panther. And just seeing the impact, especially with Enter the Spider-Verse with Levi, because he got to see a kid that looks like him, with curly hair, and just the impact that it has on kids of color. And I think that was my driving point with writing the book and visually creating the characters, because you don't see enough of brown and black kids in children's books, but also you don't see kids of color with disabilities as a superhero in children's books. So I was like, all right, I said, you know what? I'm gonna turn my son into a superhero. There's a lot of jewels that I do drop in the book that is not in your face, is very subtle. But if you ask me like certain things of the book, I can tell you like Echo Boy, for one, comes from my son's speech disorder, which is echolalia. And echolalia is a speech disorder. Basically, everything that he hears, he repeats. And mostly kids in the toddler phase, they go through echolalia because that's how they develop speech. But it's supposed to phase out by the time they're like 3, 4. But with kids on the spectrum, it continues because that's one of the not all kids on the spectrum, but a lot of them do experience echolalia. So I wanted to really highlight that and not make it a deficit, but celebrate it. So that's how I created the name Echo Boy. If you look on his uniform and you look at the E, there's a echo coming out of the E to represent Echo Boy. So when I created him, I was like, he needs a sidekick. And you don't see too many girls, especially Black girls with autism, as a superhero. So I named her ABC Girl. ABC Girl because literacy is something that was a tool that was not made available to people of color. It was something that really was a thing that we had to secretly hide to learn how to read. And that's for all minorities. Like we all had to like hide to learn how to read and teach our kids how to read. So I really wanted to kind of like bridge that. And because all she cares about is creating stuff from the alphabet. And then ABC stands for always be kind and caring. So yeah, it's just, she's so adorable and I love her to death. In the book, she gets Levi. She knows that he has a communication barrier, so she makes visual pictures for him. The reason I wanted to talk about bullying is because bullying is something that we see it all the time. I mean, we see grown-ass people on Twitter bullying people and even bullying kids that are on Twitter. I mean, we see that all the time. Right. So when you see adults doing that, you know that that's a learned behavior that kids are going to pick up on and they bring it into school. Right. So I wanted to specifically show why the bully was picking on this little boy in the book, because there's always factors behind behaviors. As much as we want to support the victim, sometimes we need to address the bullies that are picking on kids that, you know, they feel is weaker than them. And a lot of times is, you know, and we see this in our communities. Kids don't have resources. Kids are starving. You know, kids don't have shoes. They don't have clothes. They have an abusive household. You know, it's a long list of things that could be going on that they feel empowered to pick on somebody once they leave that environment and they have control where they don't have control. If that makes any sense at all, I'm like,
absolutely. Absolutely. No, absolutely.
But yeah, so the response, the book has been out for what, 2 years now, and the response, even on Twitter, like I want to shout out everybody on Twitter that has reposted about it. They bought a book for their kids. They've sent me messages of how their kids have really fell in love with Echo Boy and ABC Girl. Like, I love y'all to death. Thank you just for just supporting the book, supporting Levi. It's a labor of love, you know, and I will be continuing to write. I'm taking a break this year, but I'll be back next year with some projects.
Well, that's good. That's what's up. I mean, I read the book. I have a copy of it myself. It definitely hit. You know, it definitely hit. And I appreciate the fact that you explain, you know, that type of stuff to, you know, people outside looking inside, like not really knowing the whole concept behind the story, and, you know, defining, like I didn't even realize the whole echoing in his logo on that, like that. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate you breaking that down, because like that's cool. That was something real cool to pick up on. You know, you did a great job. You know, congrats. Like seriously, like all 3 books were great. And you know, I'm looking forward to you getting back to work and, you know, bringing out another one.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely touches upon. I definitely want to take the time to thank you guys for tuning in. Got to give a shout outs to the viewers. You got Birdman, you got Miss AJ Jones. You know, what I mean, I know you know Miss AJ Jones. Yeah,
Yes, what's up, AJ? I see Steve in there. What's up, Steve?
yeah, we got Pooga up in there. We got Sports Talk with Let's Go Birds. Appreciate you tuning in. Paul always, always showing love to Fourth of John and to the Prime. So thank you guys for tuning in as well. Let me see. I don't want to make sure. Got my boy Danny always showing me love from Cali. Jordan, what's going on? Tara. Oh man, Tara, I miss you so much, man. I hope you guys are doing good over there. Appreciate you guys coming through. All right. Any questions that you guys have for Chante? You know, what I mean, getting together. Gail, go ahead and pull up some. What we got here? What's your thoughts on ESPN putting Dallas as number 6 tight end in NFL? This is new. This is new to me, but you know, what I mean, when it comes to anything Dallas, yeah, when it comes to anything in Dallas, I can give two shits. You know what I mean? Like you go ahead,
Right.
you can go ahead and think whatever you want, or go put anything you want. I'm not paying that shit no mind.
Right.
So if that answers your question, Paul, I don't care. Like whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but if you guys got any questions for Chante that depending on if it has anything to do with the Eagles, anything to do with Levi, the autism, the bullying, go ahead and ask. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have no problems answering some of those questions. How do we get an autograph book? You go ahead and answer that.
Birdman, you can if you want an autograph copy, just message me and I can make sure I can get that to you. If it's for someone specific, I can get that to you.
No, and Birdman is probably for him.
Hey, I mean,
oh, it's all love, definitely. If it's for him, it's for him. It's all good. Birdman's the man. That's my dude, man. Love that guy. So with everything going on, like, do you feel like it's a relief that we're getting back to normal and you could be able to do more things? Because I mean, earlier in the show you touched upon the fact that you weren't able to do as much with Levi, right. And now that the doors are pretty much opening up to do things, like do you find yourself a little bit more relaxed, more like back to normal?
My normal is, if anybody knows me pre-pandemic, I'm always busy, but I've been extremely busy for the last 2 months because I'm part of. Also, I am a board member of a nonprofit organization in Philly called No Bullying Me. Our initiative is to raise money for a peer-to-peer program to help children from kindergarten all the way up to college that have experienced some type of bullying. We are targeting all different groups that have been affected by bullying. So especially me being a special needs mom, so the special needs community, the LGBT community. So eventually that's coming soon as far as developing that. But we just did an event last weekend. So I want to shout out everyone who has donated sneakers, shoes. We have collected over 700 pairs of shoes and sneakers that's going to be donated. That money that will raise from those donations are going to help feed, clothe, and house families in need. So thank y'all so much if you have donated. I just love just helping the community and giving back. And sometimes it's always the bigger picture. Sometimes it's not just about, some people just get caught up with the smoke screens of social media, and it's people that are still affected, people that were affected before the pandemic. It was even worse for them with the pandemic because resources were limited. So it's easy for us to get up and complain about got to go to work and I'm tired, and but there's people who don't have a job still, people who lost their house, they lost their cars. It's rough out here. We just need to get back to community and looking out for one another. So,
absolutely. Yeah. I couldn't agree anymore. I mean, it definitely plays a big factor on how we could, just.
A shoe drive fundraiser took place in Philadelphia's Holmesburg section to raise money for a peer mentoring program to combat bullying. The Bully and Me Incorporated organization earned a little money based on a total weight of donated shoes. Then the shoes were redistributed to small business partners to sell. Proceeds from those shoe sales will go toward feeding, clothing, and housing families in need. All right,
That's cool. You know, we peeped that the other night, and we were like, yeah, there goes Chante doing her thing again. Yeah. So it's definitely a great accomplishment that you got there.
But I got a question for you, Prime. I mean,
Yes.
I hope it's not. So I want to know, because ever since I started following you, and I totally respect your level of dedication to the Eagles. So, but I want to know, like, how did you, at one point, did you decide you wanted to take Optimus Prime and kind of incorporate him? Because those masks are like, I keep asking, like, I want one for Levi. Are you making some for kids? Like, what's going on with that? I love the stickers. I need to get a t-shirt to support you. But like, how did it initially start? Like, where did you think, like, oh, because I love, like, you do like different themes. Like, you do the one for the military, you did one for breast cancer. Like, those are dope.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So before I answer the question, in reference to like getting the mask out there, I definitely have something in mind. It's a lot of thinking behind the process. With everything going on out in today's world, I just want to make sure that if I'm going to do it, I want to do it the right way. I don't want to, disrespect no trademark or anything like that. So it's just like I got to take my time. But it's definitely something that I'm putting in the works. All right, so that's just the tease out there to you guys that I am putting something in the works. Clothing line is getting put back together. Putting the last minute touches on that. Stickers, keychains. I got coasters. You name it, I got it. I'm working on it. And not just for myself. It's all about the 4th and John brand as well. We got some big ideas. We're trying to get back into the flow of things. But going to answer your question, I mean, my love for the Transformers has it's always been a kid thing with me. I answered this question before, and it's the same thing. Like, I always just love getting up Saturday mornings and looking forward to seeing Transformers, putting it on, watching it. And so what it was is that, my love for the Eagles, I run into this mask, and then I just put both ideas together. I got my boy to airbrush it. I said, listen, I love the Eagles. Here's an Optimus Prime. Go for it. Do whatever you're going to go ahead, hook it up. Implement an Eagles helmet onto this mask, and then just surprise me. Within 2 days, he was like, I'm done. I show up at his spot. I pick this thing up, and I was like, oh, man, here it goes. Like, this thing is going to blow up. So I tested the waters a little bit. I show up at the stadium by myself. I went to a game, and I'm sitting in the middle of this crowd with this big helmet. I already got a big head as it is. So, with a bigger helmet, it was just like I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, nobody ain't noticing this thing yet. But as I was leaving, it was like, yo, that thing is dope. Yo, that thing is hot. And as years went on, it definitely got more recognition. And when we won the Super Bowl, I had to change up the flow on it. I had to throw the trophy on there. I had to throw a replica of the ring on the front. And then I added the 52 logo on there. So it just blew up after that. Then the inspiration with the military, the breast cancer, the autism, Levi, you guys, like, and then the fact that we had the Vapor jerseys, the elite jerseys, the all white jerseys, the throwback jerseys. I was like, man, I could go on and on and on. And then, as you can see, I made one for the Phillies. I made one for the Sixers. I finally caved in and I made one for the Flyers. Then I didn't stop there. Then I made one for my favorite college team, which is the Miami Hurricanes. I got that one ready on lock. Yeah, and then now I got another concept for this upcoming year. So I'm gonna be getting together with my guy again because with the pandemic being over, now we can get back to normal. I hit him up. We're gonna get back to work. So I got a lot of things getting ready to pop off. So I'm excited. But yeah, that's where it all went for me. Like Transformers, Eagles. If there was a way that I could convert He-Man into the Eagles like that would be. If I could change Battle Cat and put a logo on that dude, that would be so high. Like that's where I was almost at. Like that's how much love I got for the 80s. Like, oh man, like kids today, I'm telling you, they don't know what the
They don't.
cartoons was like back in the day, man. It was
Nope.
it was the best. It was the best.
Yep.
But yeah, that's where my love for the Eagles is at. So
Yeah.
yeah. I want to go ahead and do my ritual thing now that I've been doing for the past couple shows. I would like to do a giveaway, but one of the things I wanted to surprise you with, and then I want to surprise a lucky winner with, is that I have a copy of your book. All right, and I want to go ahead and give it away for as a prize. So I asked Gail to go ahead and get a question up for me, so we could get the guys to go ahead and chime in, ladies, whoever, to chime in and answer one of the questions. So I'm not sure what Gail has cooked up as a question out there. He's looking. Levi's having a great time back there.
He's watching Kung Fu Panda, and I'm like, because I looked up, and I'm like, what is he getting hype off? He loves that movie.
All right, so here's the question. It looked like Gail had it in. How many touchdowns has Deshaun Jackson scored in his career? How many touchdowns has Deshaun Jackson scored in his career? All right, first one to answer, and then again, if you already won, let's be fair to everybody else. All right, let's be fair to everybody else. Keeping tabs. Eventually, you guys will come. Your chance will come around again. Let's see.
Because then you got to think about all the teams he was on too. Like, man.
64 is not the correct answer because you get the buzz from Gail. This guy, man, he's in the background with these memes.
Because he was with the.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. Because he was with the Eagles, Tampa, and the Washington team, right?
Puga with the answer. So Puga, appreciate you tuning in, bro. I miss you, man. I can't wait to get up with you soon. All right. Well, with that being said, you will get a copy, all right, of the Echo Boy and ABC Girl. Along with that, I got a nice little Eagles hat for you, homie. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. We're gonna throw that into the mix, and then we'll go ahead. It doesn't stop there. We got some Prime stickers. We got a 4th of John sticker.
Nice.
Got a Prime magnet. I got a prime coaster for you there. All right, buddy. So you can go ahead and lay the beer down on. All right.
All right, Steve. Steve, you gotta let me know what you think of the book.
And it's definitely coming in fashion. So, Puga, nice. I'll get up with you in the background and go ahead and get your information, and I'll get that sent over to you. Chante, I can't thank you more than usual with you joining me today. It was a special show. You definitely touched upon some very important stuff that definitely not just taught me. I'm pretty sure you taught quite a bit of people in the crowd out there what this movement and your whole goal with Levi on a daily basis is all about. Definitely getting a better understanding with that. And I really mean it when I tell you from the bottom of my heart, I'm really proud of you, and I'm really definitely hey baby, I'm definitely grateful for what you do. And
thank you so much.
The inspiration you give us, and definitely a lot of us parents out there on how to handle kids, with that type of situation. So keep up the great work. All right,
you really trying hard to make me cry. Y'all are not slick. No, I'm not. That really means a lot. And like I said, the entire 4th and John crew, E-Rod, you, Evan, Trax, Gail, I love y'all. Y'all are my brothers. Y'all gonna be my brothers for life. And me, like I'm loyal to people who are genuinely loyal to me. I reciprocate vibes and I reciprocate energy, and not everybody is real. You know what I'm saying? Like you get people that do that fake love and that fake support, and then they get online and then they want to blast you as soon as you're not kissing their ass. We've seen that multiple times on Twitter, IG, all social media, So I've learned since I've been on social media and, showing the journey with me and Levi that not everybody's got your back. Not everybody wants to see you win. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so damn proud of you, Prime. Like, keep doing the show. You guys really have added something so meaningful to me and Levi, and I just hope y'all never forget that, because I will forever love y'all for that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Just know it's all good. Just know we like I told you since day one, we always got your back. All right, anything we can go ahead and do for you, help you out with, we're here. All right, but I think I might go ahead and break the ice. All right, I got one more thing for you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my producer from the background. So I got to get Gail to go ahead and join us.
Oh man.
Whoa! What is going on here, man? What is going on here? Well, we got a little break. We got a little breaking news. We just want to let you know that we are going to buy 10 books from you today, and we want you to distribute those any way you want. So we are buying 10. So we're challenging you guys out there. You guys, we sent the link out there. Buy the books, share with the family, and again, Chante, you've been a blessing. And it's always great seeing you thrive in the community. I've seen you on the news. Things you guys are putting out. It's always good to see you doing your thing. Don't cry. Don't try to make me cry over here.
No, that
don't do it.
That just really means a lot. Like I said, I talk to y'all outside of social media, so I know that y'all are genuine. Like, it's not about that BS that a lot of people get online and they got their little secret groups and that fake, let me do this and get it retweeted and be like, oh, I'm popular. No, I'm not for the fake shit. Like, it's a lot of fakery fuckery on the timeline. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Now I'm about to go off because I seen AJ's comment like, Chante about to go off. Yeah, this is my time. So this is what be pissing me off with people. Like, that fake stuff, I'm not here for it. Keep that off of my timeline. Like, I already know y'all be full of shit. These men are the real deal, so leave them alone. They've been there for me when a lot of y'all be on here talking shit. Y'all didn't show up to my house with tickets thinking of me and my son, except for, I'm not going to shout this person out that gave us Sixers tickets, because that was an angel. There was actually a couple people who did that for us, and thank y'all for that. But everybody else that be on here with their little groups and shit, I don't care. Y'all not real. Y'all fake. They the real deal. They always been real to me, so I reciprocate the real. So that's all I want to say.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We really do. We really do. Well,
they want to know what your Twitter handle is, by the way, Chante.
Twitter handle is Levi's Mom 82. If you're on Instagram, it's my son is wilding in the background. Instagram is Echo Boys Mom 82. I'm on Facebook, not as much as Twitter and Instagram, but I'm all around. So just, hit me up if you got questions about the book.
Yeah, definitely make sure you guys go out there and check out the book. The link is attached here on the comments. Definitely go out there and show her love. It's an interesting book. I definitely recommend it. But, again, with the 10 copies that we just got for you guys, you make sure you go ahead and distribute those out to,
yes,
to anybody and however you want to. Well, with that, I thank you again for joining me.
Thank you so much.
It was, I think we nailed this one. This is my longest show ever. You top AJ. I think that was your goal. You got that. But I thank you. You guys really know how to bring out the best of me. This is getting more and more fun every time I get on. So thank you again for making this happen. All right.
Thank you for having me. Keep doing what you're doing, Prime. Like, we're gonna support you no matter what. Keep doing
it. I appreciate that. Well, fellas and ladies,
I'll see you later.
I appreciate y'all coming through and showing me love. So until next time, it's always fly equals fly. I'll see you guys.